Another state in Malaysia looks set to fall to the ruling Perikatan Nasional coalition. Now, the two opposition assemblymen in the northern state of Kedah have jumped ship, and their defections come less than 3 months after the collapse of the Pakatan Harapan government led by 94-year-old Mahathir Mohamad. The defections are expected to pave the way for the removal of Dr Mahathir's son, Mukhriz Mahathir, as Chief Minister of Kedah. Robert Ling and Azman Nasrudin have now pledged their full support for the ruling alliance Perikatan Nasional.
Sesi ini diadakan untuk memaklumkan bahawa saya telah hilang keyakinan kepada Parti Keadilan Rakyat yang dipimpin oleh Saudara Anwar Ibrahim. Semenjak beliau memimpin parti ini pasal pemilihan 2018, parti tambah lagi buruk dan kemuncaknya telah memecah belah yang menyebabkan sebahagian pemimpin termasuk YB Datuk Seri Azmin Ali dan YB Zuraida dipecah dan ramai-ramai yang meninggalkan parti ini.
With the pair switching sides, Kedah Chief Minister Mukhriz Mahathir no longer holds a majority with just 17 of 36 seats. Now, this is the second time that Mr. Mukhriz has lost support in the state before the end of his term. Back in 2016, he was forced to resign after his father fought openly with then Prime Minister Najib Razak during the 1MDB scandal. Now, Mr. Mukhriz is said to have been a sacrificial lamb following a no-confidence vote proposed by his father against Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. And the motion is set to be decided in Parliament on Monday. For a closer look, we're joined by Dr Oh San, Senior Fellow with the Singapore Institute of International Affairs. Dr. Oh, so let's look at the numbers game in Kedah. What does it say about the Pakatan Harapan now?
Well, I think out of the 36 state assembly seats, Pakatan would now have only 17 as opposed to 19. So in theory, if the other side would convince the two members of the state assembly to join them, they could form the new Perikatan Nasional government in Kedah, and Mukhriz Mahathir would have to step down. Yeah.
And does this strengthen the new federal government under Prime Minister Muhyiddin?
I think it's more like Muhyiddin's side is so-called taking off their gloves in terms of no more sort of extending some sort of courtesy to Dr. Mahathir. Before that, Dr. Mahathir was a bit coy in his political attitude, with very mild criticism of Muhyiddin, and then with very vehement criticism of Anwar, who was supposed to be his ally, and so on. But since, let's say, about a week ago, when Dr. Mahathir tabled the motion of no confidence, I think it's really war between the Mahathir camp and the Muhyiddin camp within the Bersatu Party.
Dr. I want to ask this question here. So this is happening between Dr. Mahathir and Muhyiddin Yassin, and these are between the political parties. How are the ordinary Malaysians feeling about this? You know, what do they think of Prime Minister Muhyiddin at this point?
Well, I think a few weeks ago, during the onset of the lockdown or movement control order, people, I think, were willing to sort of give him some sort of, shall we say, chance in order to prove himself. But then over the last few weeks, there were a lot of policy U-turns, sort of not making adequate preparation before making announcements and so on, leading to, for example, some misunderstandings as to what can or cannot be done under the present lockdown. So I think people have an open mind nowadays. I wouldn't say people are sort of siding with one side or the other, but they have an open mind as to which side could be a better government. Yeah.
Okay, many thanks for your thoughts this evening, Dr. Oh San, Senior Fellow with the Singapore Institute of International Affairs.